FIBA ambassadors, Gabe Norwood and Ranidel de Ocampo, as we get ready for an exciting week ahead.
Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Fans are surely pumped for the biggest hoops event upcoming in Manila, the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. And it's time to get the ball rolling with the FIBA World Cup draw. Now, joining us to talk about what's in store in this exciting weekend are local ambassadors and Gilas Pilipinas alumni, Ranidel de Ocampo and Gabe Norwood. Gabe,
looking fresh.
RDO.
Looking so fresh.
Grabe. Alam ko kanina pa kayo, you've been here with the Naismith Trophy trying to help promote the draw coming up. First of all, ang daming ganap in the upcoming weekend. You talk about the draw. Ranidel, gaano ka excited, especially with all the big stars coming in, flying in just for this one big event?
Sobrang excited kasi very important tong event na ito. At the same time, sa mga kababayan natin, makakasuporta sila dito sa World Cup para sa Gilas Pilipinas. So, at the same time, may experience nila kung paano talaga yung World Cup. Doon ako na-excite.
Gabe, what does this mean? I mean, when you want to encapsulate everything this whole week, and how big the culminating event will be, the draw on Saturday, that some people might not yet understand. How would you explain it to them?
I mean, just the presence of the trophy, the events, the activities that are planned from BGC to Araneta to the tenements on Sunday. I think it's just an opportunity for fans to be involved in all the activities, in part of just what Manila has to offer. Not just the people here, but people viewing. It should be exciting for everybody involved.
Now, for those who are wondering kung kailan yung draw, it will be on April 29, 7 p.m. at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. The Draw Festival will be at BGC, Uptown BGC in particular, with the performances headlined by Ben and Ben at yung trophy tour naman, of course. It'll be all around in Manila, so watch out for that. The trophy is right here. We know we're all looking at Gabe and RDO, but then the trophy is something to look at also. Gabe, you take a look at the community that the Philippines is now a part of. Ever since being part of the World Cup in 2014, it feels like the Philippines has been more and more at the forefront, or at least trying to be part of that mix. You see that type of community come in here to the country. First of all, how excited are you to link up with the friends that you made in 2014 all the way up to now?
No, it's been an honor and a blessing to be a part of the growth of the game here in the Philippines. Not just as players, but now as ambassadors and as fans, to see the same faces coming in from 2014 all the way up until now, and the opportunities that are being given for our countrymen in terms of volunteers, just the little things on the back end that we don't even get to see every day.
Ako gusto ko malaman, Pao, sino gusto mo makita? Since we're talking about entertainment also, Ranidel, di ba? Meron ding entertainment aspect, di ba? There's the basketball, there's the athletes, the icons, the legends. But when it comes to the entertainment,
The legends.
the legends.
The old legends.
I have to say it. The legends.
I think former just sounds so much better.
Former, you don't like legends? All right.
But
Or we can greats.
Great! Yan yung gusto ko. Alright, sige, pwede greats na lang. Greats na lang tayo.
Okay. What other entertainment greats do you want to see? Dun sa mga magper-perform, just for fun, I'm sure gusto mo rin makita for the first time. Meron ka bang gusto makita live for the first time?
Si Sarah Geronimo.
Talaga? Hindi mo ba siya napapanood?
Napanood na, gusto ko rin panood.
Gusto mo ulit mapanood. Speaking of greats, di ba?
Of course, and of course, Sarah Geronimo will be alongside Billy Crawford, Sawiti as well in the Smart Araneta Coliseum for the draw. Pero Gabe, you take a look at the fact that the trophy is here. It's been around the country in the past, but that every time it's here, it feels like there's always a sense of excitement. People want to see it. People want to have a picture with it.
Yeah, especially, it's a new and improved trophy, 14 karat gold. And just seeing the names stamped on there, the history behind it, it's pretty cool to think that there's a chance, right? That they could have Philippines stand on there for 2023.
All right. What about the draw this time? Are you guys looking forward to? We talked about the entertainment, talked about the festivities. How about the draw?
I mean, that's suspense in itself, right? Nobody knows. It's still the mystery. I think that's why people tune in and why it's exciting. It can go either way. You could have a stronger group or a weaker group, a better opportunity. You look at matchups and crossovers and things like that. So I think that adds to the entertainment value of the draw.
Naalala mo ba, Ranidel, nung kayo, umaabang, ngayon na, di ba, after a few years, Naalala mo ba paano mo inabangan, anong ginagawa mo nung time na, you were waiting for your draw?
At anong reaction mo din?
Yeah, no.
I think we are in our
Training camp.
Yeah.
Magkakasama kayo.
It's like a 2 months training camp. So everybody's together, magkakasama kami lahat. Nag-aabang kami sa dinner yata. We're in the dinner. We're waiting for the draw. So at that time, we knew paano kami lalaro. So kung paano namin lalaruin yun para makarating sa next round.
Bagay tatahakin nyo.
Paano namin lalabanan. So at the same time, nakaplano na kung sino yung mga consultant na coach na kukunin namin doon sa tournament. Tapos nagkakaroon na kami ng mga pocket tournaments kung sino yung mga sasalihan namin.
Naging bonding experience ba yun? Yung paghihintay sa draw para sa Gilas?
Yeah. Even in the 2013 FIBA Asia, we're in New Zealand.
Yeah, we're in New Zealand already preparing, but anytime the draw, like I said, and Ranidel was saying, it's your opportunity to really come together and understand your goal a little bit better.
Right.
You know your competition, possibly where their strengths and weaknesses can be and how you can expose them.
We get into it right
Yeah,
away. We
right
start
away.
talking about it
Yeah.
right away. All right. Okay. Don't go anywhere. The greats, please stay with us because after the break,
Yes, great.
we'll get to know our FIBA local ambassadors more. You won't want to miss this, so stay tuned. You're watching the game. Welcome back. You're still watching the game. Still with us are, there's been some negotiations going on.
Yes.
Gilas
Let's
greats.
edit that.
Gilas
Filipinas
Filipinas
greats.
veterans. Gilas greats is what they want. Gabe, Norwood, and Ranidel de Ocampo, and soon-to-be legends, according to Ranidel.
Pag-retired na lahat,
Ito na.
legends na daw.
Okay, since we're talking about labels, greats, legends, you're also ambassadors.
Yeah.
Now let's get to that, the fun part of that. That's a pretty different role from what you guys are used to, right? So tell me about the life of being an ambassador and going around and promoting everything.
First down.
Very proud. So, kahit naman di kami ambassador, we always support Gilas.
Of course.
We're always there. So, why not? dito na kami, ambassador, mas makakasupport pa kami mabuti officially. So at the same time, natutuwa kami kasi kami yung parang naging isa sa mga muka nitong World Cup. So yun, maging by example kami. So yun siguro yung gagawin namin.
Well, Gabe, you guys were practically already ambassadors in 2014 when you guys made that World Cup. How does it feel now that same group, that same team is still promoting the game in a different way, but this time with the World Cup being here in the Philippines?
Yeah, it's definitely an honor, and I think it speaks to our group and kind of the chemistry that we had, on and off the court, and how we were able to draw fans in and feel like they were going on the journey with us. And hopefully that we can continue to do that in this role. Whether it's myself or Del or the rest of the group, it's kind of cool that they got all of us, not just individuals to represent the country.
Right. Well, I mean, no matter what, you're already ambassadors, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's officially or unofficially, you've been associated, you've been the faces of Gilas Pilipinas, obviously. But the difference here now is that you're alongside some international ambassadors too. How does that feel? And have you been able to, let's say, communicate with them? Have you had interactions with some of the international ambassadors? And if you've had, tell us some stories kung meron na kayo nakausap ng mga international ambassadors.
Personally, I haven't had any communication yet. I know we have some plans here this weekend coming up where we should be crossing paths. And, Carmelo was here for the last window that passed for FIBA. So I was able to be at the game, but he wasn't able to speak. But just being alongside those names, those greats in terms of international basketball is pretty cool to have ourselves right up there with them.
And of course, those names, of course, are Luis Scola, Carmelo Anthony, and Pau Gasol, who will be the global ambassadors for the upcoming FIBA Basketball World Cup. Dahil anong pinaka-exciting part of being an ambassador so far in terms of yung mga activities ninyo, mga ginagawa ninyo? I know that this is probably the most exciting interview you've ever done. Pero in terms of yung duties nyo so far, what has been the most fulfilling para sa'yo?
I think yung makipag-interact kami sa mga tao. So mas nagiging parang malapit kami sa mga kababayan natin, nagiging mas lalo silang excited sa darating na World Cup. So yun naman talaga yung gusto namin mangyari. Mas lalo silang maging interesado at para lalo silang makasuporta sa ating team.
I think Rich and Ho will have a say, and I think she will. Like, what? What do you mean most exciting? I mean, I think she's gonna come out any moment and just like
Gretch,
slap
I'm
a
taking
silly.
this one. No, it's mine.
Okay, so what are we looking forward to as ambassadors? And my question also is, does it make you miss, the whole Gilas experience also, now that you are fulfilling a different role? And also, alongside that, if you may, was there any hesitation also on your part?
For me personally, no hesitation at all when it came to being an ambassador and being just a part of this whole event. The experience, knowing how much fun it is to host a FIBA event here in Manila. Can only imagine how much bigger it will be at the world stage. But for me, I mean, from a distance, I'd like to say I don't miss it, but I'm sure when the tournament starts and the game is flowing and we're in the arena, we'll get the itch to get back out there. But our time has passed. We're the greats. We're not the players. We're the greats, right? So we've got to put full support for Gilas moving forward.
Ranidel, nakita namin yung mga highlights kanina of the 2013 FIBA Asia, where kung saan nag-qualify tayo for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And when you see yung excitement noon, and the fact that the entire basketball world will now experience yung Filipino passion for the game, how excited are you for the teams that are gonna come here to visit?
Siguro katulad din nung FIBA Asia nung nag-host tayo. Yun yung talagang maituturing natin na main event na nangyari sa Philippine basketball in this past decade. So nakabalik tayo ng World Cup dahil nag-host tayo. So hindi natin alam, baka ngayon nag-host ulit tayo. So baka mas maganda yung ipakita natin at manalo tayo.
Tears in your eyes, we just saw there as the highlights rolled of that win. That win
Never
against
gets
South
old,
Korea.
right?
Never gets
old.
And of course, our conversation with the Gilas greats,
Yes.
Ranidel and Gabe, continues when we return. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back to the game. Not long ago, the Philippines qualified for the biggest event in basketball. This year, though, will be extra special as the country will host the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup alongside Japan and Indonesia. Still with us to talk about their experiences are Gilas greats, Gilas members of the 2014 Gilas team, the local ambassadors Ranidel de Ocampo and Gabe Norwood. All right, so we have a bunch of questions that you've answered so many times throughout the day, like how's the experience playing the World Cup? We all understand that. But Gabe, I want to ask you particularly, that level, that world-class level was so hard to get to for you guys back in 2014. You've experienced it also in 2019 where the preparations weren't necessarily as good. But then what does it take to be able to compete at that world level?
I think you hit the key word, is preparation. I think it's sacrifice and preparation, whether that's 2 months or 2 weeks, just being dedicated to the time allotted. You know, we're lucky enough to have almost 2.5 months to prepare before that Spain World Cup, and we came out with 1 win. Imagine if, you know, who's to say if we had an extra month, an extra couple weeks, if we wouldn't have gotten 2 or 3 more. So I think it really comes down to the time and preparation.
Ranidel, hindi na natin kailangan i-promote yung sport of basketball per se, di ba? Dito, I mean, that's already a given. Pero I want to jump on that whole level thing. Yung sa naranasan mo with Gilas, ano yung realization na parang hanggang ngayon, after so many years, na parang in terms of the level of competition that people may not understand, or maybe if you're talking to a new player who's going to be exposed to it, ano sasabihin mo sa kanila?
I think kailangan ibigay nila yung buong puso nila at maging determinado. So determination talaga yung key. Kumbaga ready kang mag-sacrifice lahat. Kumbaga lahat ng lakas mo, lahat ng talino mo, lahat ng kaya mong ibigay dapat ready ka. Kumbaga parang tinawag ka na sundalo, kumbaga ilalaban mo yung bayan mo. Parang ganon.
When you were in Spain, naalala ko, there was a big group of Filipino fans following you wherever you went. Even yung mga dinner and lunches ninyo, if I'm not mistaken, catered siya almost by the entire Filipino community there. How excited are you guys knowing that the Filipinos are going to be wherever you are here, supporting Gilas Pilipinas for the Basketball World Cup?
I'm excited for the guys that make the roster, right? I'm excited for them to have that experience and playing in front of the home crowd. Like, we remember the tournament where we qualified, we beat Korea, and it took us hours to get back to the hotel, and we loved every minute of it. And I'm looking forward to those experiences for the young group that is starting up now, and just truly excited for everybody who gets to play here in the country. I think they'll all experience it as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that because I want to finish with that, Ranidel. Baliktarin natin, yung mga pupunta naman dito. Ano naman ang mararanasan ng mga bansa na yon at mga team na yon pag naranasan nila ang pagmamahal ng Pilipinas?
I think yung hospitality natin, kung paano tayo tumanggap ng bisita, kung paano natin sila magiging masaya at magiging quality yung pagstay nila dito. Isa yun sa talagang isa sa pagiging Pilipino, yung kultura natin, paano tumanggap ng panauhin. So, pero at the same time, may experience nila kung paano mag-cheer yung Pilipino. Diba? Lalo na sa mga malalaking venue. So, doon nila mararamdaman paano sumigaw at mag-cheer ang Pilipino.
Mararanasan nila that talagang religion nga ang basketball dito sa Pilipinas. Gabe, thank you. Ranidel, thank you. It's good to see the greats around here at the show. We appreciate you coming by.
Greats.
And don't forget, the 2023 FIBA World Cup draw is coming to Manila. They've been saying it's Saturday, April 29 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Now, find out which of the 32 teams in the FIBA World Cup will be grouped together in the preliminary stage. That's an exciting part. Catch special appearances also by basketball legend Luis Cola and performances from Sara Geronimo, Billy Crawford, and global Phil-Am artist Sweetie. Thank you to our guests, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Paolo Del Rosario. This has been The Game.
Hi, Billy.